Hey guys, Rob here and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Well, today's model review, I've got something really quite unique to show you guys, and what I've got is a 1/6 scale engine model. Now this is one for the JDM fans, and what I've got to show you is a Nissan RB26DETT engine by Top Secret. Now, I've got a little bit of a collection going of Top Secret models, all gold Skylines at this stage, GT-R Skylines, so I thought I'd add this model. Now, there are a few of these on eBay, but they're really quite inflated prices, so I'll put all the links in the description to where I bought mine from. I bought it from an actual car parts store in Japan called RHD, and it was around the 50,000 yen mark. Now, I've already taken it out of the box because it's a bit fragile to get it out of the box, but it just comes in this plain stapled together cardboard box. Looks quite average, but the model is packed securely inside this white box. Now, the model I'm actually talking about is this Top Secret model of the RB26 engine. Now these are handcrafted in Japan by Kusaka Engineering. The quality is really quite high, but not quite as detailed as I would have expected it to be. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic model of a JDM engine. So we'll get this out, we'll put it on the turntable and we'll have a closer look at this 1/6 scale GT-R Nissan engine model. Okay, so check this out. This is the Kusaka Engineering Nissan RB26DETT twin turbocharged Nissan GT-R engine model. So this is a 1/6 scale model, so you can see by the size of my hands. It's a pretty decent size, but it is just the model of the engine. There's no gearbox, suspension, or anything else like the Frontier models, which are also in 1/6 scale. So let's talk about the base first. So it is mounted on this real timber base, really quite finished nicely, and it does have this real carbon fiber plate on the top of the wooden part of the base. Now it does have this metal emblem or logo on the front, which has the Top Secret logo here and the RB Performance logo, and there's also a little emblem here, 1/6 scale engine model by Kusaka Engineering. So overall, I'm reasonably happy with the model. For what is here, the quality is really quite good. It does have this simulated polished finish on all the pipework. The gold paintwork is just superb with the clear coat, really quite nice, but just lacking a little bit of detail for me. I thought there would have been a lot more little rivets and bolts on the motor. So let's have a look at the front of the motor. So you can see here the main drive pulley. We've got the alternator here. There is no rubber belts on there, which would be a pretty easy thing to add to make the motor a little bit more realistic, to have some belts on there, but no belts on there. Reasonably good detail with the castings. This is mostly made out of metal, resin, and a few other little bits and pieces, but I think mostly plastic, resin, and some metal pieces. So yeah, we've got the crank angle sensor on the front of the engine here. And yeah, there's not too much detail to see there. If we have a look at this other side, we've got the giant plenum here. We've got a simulated silicon joiner here with a metal band clip on there. We've got this little rod here and bracket. Now, I thought this would have had a real spring in here to make it look a bit more realistic, but it's just cast in one piece. The individual throttle bodies in here are detailed okay, but could be better. And underneath you have your oil filter, and this is the lower part of the transmission for the front wheel drive system. So not too bad a detail. Obviously you can see all the shape of the cast block in there, but it's not massively detailed. Same as if we go to the back of the model as well. So we have got the flywheel on here. We've got the flywheel backing plate on there as well. But that's really about it. Just the bolt heads are all cast into this one piece here. So the detail, not quite as good as I thought it would be. Now the other side here is where all the action happens. This of course being a twin turbo engine. The detail of the turbos is pretty good. You can see the turbine wheels inside. We've got the wastegates here which are actually out of metal with the little wastegate rods. The actuators there. That's actually quite good. The exhaust manifolds in there are replicated to look like cast steel or cast iron, which looks quite good as well. They've done a pretty good job on that. But yeah, not a massive amount of detail in there. All the bolt heads that you see are actually just molded into the parts and hand painted. So I think this model would have been so much better if it had all individual little bolts over it, if it had a real metal spring over here. But they've done a pretty good job on the induction pipe here with the standard Nissan twin turbo emblem in there as well. And you've got more of these simulated silicon joiners and the metal hose clamps. So it does look pretty good. The top actually, I'll show you that now. So this big rocker cover on the top here is all in gold metallic with a beautiful clear coat on it. It's obviously got the top secret oil cap in there as well, and you've got the nameplate running in between the two banks here as well, top secret nameplate. So look, overall it's a pretty decent model. If you really love your JDM cars, if you really love your Nissan GT-R models, then you really probably want a model of the RB26DETT engine in your collection. But yeah, could it be better? Absolutely. Is it worth the money? Well, this was around 50,000 yen, so in Australian dollars that was around $650. It's a hard one. I'm on the fence about it. You know, I can buy a BBR model car for around the same money or a little bit less. It really just depends on the subject matter. So if it is the, you know, if you do want a model of a GT-R engine, then, you know, these are really the only ones available made in Japan by Kusaka Engineering. So you can make up your own mind about it. I'm still quite happy to have this one in the collection, but you know, I think it would be better off around the 450 Australian dollar mark rather than the 650 Australian dollar mark. Just my opinion. There is room for improvement on these models, but it is such a unique piece. No one else makes these engine models except for Kusaka Engineering. So yeah, if you want to get yourself one, I'll put links in the video description below to where I got it from. And yeah, don't buy them on eBay. You'll be overpaying for these models on eBay. So links in the description to where I purchased it from. So that's going to wrap up today's unique model video review. This Kusaka Engineering Nissan GT-R RB26DETT engine model. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribed, make sure you smash that like button. But until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.